with Randy Poulter, describing what took place there. They're trying to get that moisture in there, but we know, it's dry. The dirt's moving around. It's not even getting a chance to soak as deep as they want it to.
Well, the MX Sports crew has done a great job getting this facility up and running and ready for this week, getting the moisture down deep in the dirt, so it's ready to go. Here we go, gate drop. Moto number 2, 250B. Hole shot goes to. Looks like Jalik Swole. Pretty sure.
67 and 30, guys. 67 and 30.
Jalik Swole will get the credit for the Bell Helmet Hole Shot Award here in this 250B class. And like you said, Michael Essie, he is out front and already beginning to click it off.
Well, coming into the second moto with a second in the first moto. Right now he's got a 2-1 going right here off the start. But, oh, we got a Kawasaki here, number 67, coming up on the outside of the 10 Commandments.
Jesse Flock out of Tulsa, Oklahoma on the Fox Dunlop Monster Army back machine, finished 6th in Moto 1, so he's trying to make some waves here in the second moto as well.
He wants to establish himself here at the ranch and say, hey, I'm a contender too.
That's exactly what this race is a platform for, Mike, and you know that as well. You've seen relative unknowns come in here, coming in unknown, but leaving basically superstars after a week of racing.
It happens year after year after year.
And as we get it all sorted out, there's the 34 machine as well, trying to lay chase to the front of the pack. That's Jarrett Frey. He finished 4th in Moto 1 on board that Suzuki. Mechanicsville, Maryland. And
I'm looking for Joe Shamoto right now, our Moto 1 winner. I don't even see him, honestly, even anywhere in the top 10.
Hey, I saw Shamoto in the first turn. He got bumped and banged around. I can't believe he didn't crash, but it definitely set him back.
All right, thanks a lot, Jason, for that update. And I don't know if you remember watching this one yesterday or not, but remember, Shamoto was able to make that pass on the final lap, and that's whenever we saw Jalik Swole was a little fired up, and he took a little while to compose himself to get on the podium, but once he did, we knew that he had a mission that he was going to come out here and try to achieve today. Jesse Flock in 2nd, Frey in 3rd, Pierce Brown checks in 4th at the end of lap number 1, Carter Bees in 5th, Parker Mashburn is 6th, Jack Rogers 7th, Cody Groves is 8th, Logan Boyd is 9th. Joe Shamoto now in a 10th place position, so he's got a little room to make up here and some time to get it done, and this is going to be interesting. This will prove your championship caliber. Joe ran a great race yesterday, actually having to pass up, make several passes to get into position, especially on that final lap. Does he have that kind of speed, that kind of energy here in this second moto?
Well, I don't know. We're about to see. Right now, we're only about 3 minutes into the second moto, so got a long race to go, 20-minute moto here in this second race. Right now, Jalik Swole looking great on his Husqvarna and putting himself in a perfect position to win this moto and possibly the championship in the 3rd race.
Devin Simonson in 11th place after the first lap. Andre Adamo in the number 12 spot. Caden Palmer 13th. Colton Eigenman in 14th. And Brett Gorley rounding out the top 15. Mike, I know when we were looking over the sheets, you had pointed out Andre Adamo's name and said that's going to be one of the guys to watch. You have a feeling about this guy?
I figured he would have a good start, put himself up in the top 5, and have a good moto this race. Obviously didn't get the start, running right now in 12th. Looking for him to push forward and try to get back up in that top 10 and maybe even the top 5. We'll see. I mean, like I said, it's an early part of the second moto. Still a lot of racing to go, but right now Jalik Swole looking great and getting some pressure from Jesse Flock in 2nd. And Jarrett Frey in 3rd, Pierce Brown in 4th, and Carter Bees in 5th.
Yeah, like you were talking there, even though maybe it didn't see what we expected to see, obviously you've seen something in this kid when you've seen him ride in the past, and that's kind of why we're expecting to see things in the future. So it'll be interesting. We'll definitely log that into memory banks as Swole checks in for 2 and Flock in 2nd. The gap now 1.2 seconds. Actually, Flock running nearly identical lap times, just a smidge faster.
Jesse Flock just washed out in the second turn going by the billboards. He just gave up 2nd.
Oh, what a heartbreaker there. He was right there and actually just a little bit faster than Swole that last time around, so that'll move Pierce Brown up, Jarrett Frey, and I believe Carter Bees will be able to get by as well.
Joe Shamoto sitting right now in 7th, your first Moto 1 winner. Man, that sucks. He was riding really good. Jesse Flock was in 2nd, putting the pressure on for the lead, and he just washed out.
Yeah, that's the nature of this this championship, though, and it may not necessarily be anything that the rider did wrong. It's just this track is just that challenging today, and it can sneak up and bite you in a lot of crazy places. And Flock, I believe, finding that out firsthand this afternoon.
That was that turn that we were talking about with the big, deep ruts that you could almost lose a small dog in. So just obviously uncharacteristic mistake. Came in, lost the front end, and lost some positions, unfortunately.
Now, Mike, do you notice that happening a lot here at Loretta Lynn? Uncharacteristic mistakes by riders that they make mistakes they normally wouldn't make?
I think it's just a mistake because they're pushing so hard. The pressure to get good results and the pressure that the riders are putting on themselves to perform here at the ranch. It's tough, and that's where you find those mistakes that are happening.
And actually, I guess probably at this level, little mistakes are amplified because of just what you explained.
It's the riders who are making the least amount of, I mean, mistakes are going to happen, don't get me wrong. It's the least amount of mistakes that you can make in a race that are going to be the big ones that are going to make the difference.
Swoll still out front as we wait for, Pierce Brown to second, Jarrett Frey. Let's check in. There's Swoll around for 3 laps complete now as we're just 5 minutes into this race.
Joe Lake Swoll with a 154.3.
That's pretty fast.
Fastest lap of the race so far.
Pierce Brown up to second, Frey in the number 3 spot. Actually, Brown turning a 154.5, not far off that pace of Swoll right now.
Joe Shamoto still sitting in 7th place, your first Moto 1 winner.
Jesse Flock did get back up and remount back into 4th place now aboard the 67 as Carter Bees rounds out through top 5. Now back there behind Bees is Parker Mashburn, and like you said, Joe Shamoto looking at the lap times. Both these riders turning a little bit faster lap time than Bees, and less than a second behind Bees is Mashburn, but it looks like about 5 seconds Shamoto's going to have to make up in order to challenge for that position and a top 5 ride.
I'm looking at this Racer TV board that we're watching right now, and Pierce Brown is making up time every single corner, every straightaway that I'm watching right now. By the end of this lap or early of the next lap, he is going to be all over our leader, Joe Lake Swoll.
Well, not a surprise, as we know the heart of Pierce Brown, it beats hard, and there is Swoll now making his way through the Rocky Mountain Sandy Sweeper. Now there, like you said, Pierce Brown not far off pace, and that 4.6 second gap that he was faced with at the end of lap 3 is certainly going to be a little tighter when they come around for the end of lap number 4.
I got a good battle here for 3rd. Back with Jesse Flock and number 34, Jarrett Frey. Looks like he went up the inside. Jesse Flock takes 3rd place.
So Flock.
Oh, big swap by Jesse. Recovered that really nicely.
The Flock almost flew. Jeez. Yeah, Jarrett Frey all over him. Now, did you guys catch Swoll coming across the tunnel 1 lap ago? Swoll came by and then way off the track, all the way in the infield, lost a ton of ground. So now Pierce Brown has got him in his sights.
Yeah.
That's what helped.
That's exactly what must have happened.
Yeah, he dusted everybody in the infield. And I was like, I'm going back to the tower.
The eagle eye, Jason Wigan up here on the field.
It was cool. I got to see what happened off the start. I saw Shamoto. He got pinched off, and his bars were full lock one way or the other. I can't believe he didn't crash.
Just kept the throttle pinned and just rode it out.
When in doubt,
throttle out.
When in doubt, throttle out. I like it. So Shamoto, though, not a good start, but could have been worse. Could have been a first-turn crash.
Wow, look at that lap time. Pierce Brown just put down a 153.9. That's a fast lap. Very comparable lap times for the A riders, Jason, that we just saw.
That right there, when we started the morning, was the fastest laps of the racing so far. 153.5, which is what Seth Hamburger did in Moto 1 of the 250A class on lap number 2.
Here we go. Battle for the lead is on. Brown is just about there.
A little mistake, little mistake. And that's what I was just talking to Rodney about. The little mistakes you got to be able to recover from. And because mistakes are going to happen here at the ranch. That's just part of it. But minimizing those big mistakes.
Well, what I'll give Swoll credit for is he made a mistake in the tunnel and went off to the left side. But he was real calm when he just got back on the track and found his line. He didn't panic. Just put that one behind him. And even though Brown's gotten close, he certainly hasn't made any other mistakes.
Nope. Still, Joe Shamoto sitting in 7th place, your Moto 1 winner, still sitting back in 7th. Not pushing, I mean, he's pushing, but he's just hasn't pushed forward like we really thought he would.
You know, one thing, speaking of pushing, I don't see Jalek Swoll pushing. I mean, he's riding the race that he needs to race and ride to win this race, but I don't see him pushing to try to stretch that lead out. It looks like he's riding well within a comfort zone and one that he doesn't want to push too far to make those mistakes, I don't think.
Yeah, he's going to let Brown just come and take it, but he's not going to give it to him.
This is about to be a battle right now.
Yeah. It is wheel to wheel right now.
Look at that line outside by Pierce Brown, keeping momentum. Just keeping momentum and picking up time.
That was impressive.
And that's what I was just talking about off camera, is that there's spots on the track where you can actually make time. Keeping momentum through the outside, staying a gear higher, using less energy. Yeah, you might go a little bit further through the corner, but at the end of the day, you're using less energy and you're going faster. More momentum, more speed equals...
Well, he's going to try it right here. Here's the momentum
double,
in the
triple.
10 Commandments. Triple, triple.
Going outside. He made this outside work yesterday. Nope. Back in the slots in the second.
All right, now it's the full
there
press.
It is, triple.
Whoa!
Just went right by. Oh!
Swole comes right back.
Oh, this is a great battle for first. Jalek Swole and Pierce Brown going after this moto win.
Oh, this is awesome. Oh, man, Brown is just working the outside in every corner to try to find a way around Swole. Good job by Swole, though. I thought the pass was made.
Hey, he's putting up a fight.
Whatever it takes right now, man, for Swole. Trying to weather this storm. Pierce Brown all over him.
This is a great, great battle, this second 250B moto. 11 minutes in, we still got 20 minutes to total moto, so just past halfway in this second 250B moto.
Check out Pierce Brown's lap time there on lap 5 at 1:53.7. That's 0.2 of a second better than Swole's lap time was, or his lap time was the lap before, so it just keeps getting faster.
Faster and faster.
Wrapping up lap number 6 now. The gap at 1 second a lap ago between Jalek Swole and Pierce Brown may not reflect exactly how tight they are on this racetrack, as 1.5 seconds separate them. There goes a 1:53.9 lap time by Swole. Brown slowing to a 1:54.3. I shouldn't say slowing, but nonetheless, looks like that Swole is beginning to ride a little more aggressively here later in this moto, now that the pressure has been applied by Brown, and that gap now looking at 1.5 seconds. But again, it is over. I think Pierce Brown's still got a few things up his sleeve.
Yeah, to me, Rodney, it looked like he put the screws to him, tried to make a pass, couldn't get it. Now he's taking this lap to take a little bit of a breather, regroup, and then put one more last charge at the finish.
Well, looking a little further back in the pack, Jesse Flock has solidified the third place position aboard the 67 now after pressuring Swole in the early part of this race and going down. Jarrett Frey is fourth, Parker Mashburn in fifth. Joe Shamoto is now sixth place position. He's been hanging out in seventh for a while, but finally able to make that pass. Carter Bees in seventh. Andre Adamo in eighth. Cody Groves ninth, and Jack Rogers rounds out your top 10. 12 minutes and now 40 seconds into this moto, just over 7 minutes left to go.
This has been a pretty flawless lap for Jalek Swole. He's been no mistakes this lap that I've seen, and he actually, like I said, he pulled away on this lap. And I feel like I'm expecting Pierce Brown to put one last charge in here towards the finish line.
Oh, he's going to have to turn in a heater or two and try to force a mistake on the 30th Swole, although you have to think that after having that race stolen on the last lap in the first moto by Joe Shamoto, he is not going to leave the door open for that.
There it is, fastest lap of the race, 1:53.4 by Pierce Brown. That might be...
That's close.
That's very close. Seth Hammaker did it today, 1:53.5. So yeah, that is your new fastest lap time out the ranch today.
In second place by Pierce Brown.
At almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Jason White at 1:53.447. Pierce Brown making it happen.
He is, but look at the lap time of Swole. 1:53.6. Almost matched it.
Oh, little mistake right there by Pierce Brown coming out of that corner. But hey, like you said, Jason, these guys are pushing everything they have and setting lap time records for the day.
Yeah. So despite the fastest lap of the day by Brown, Swole still holds the lead. Uh-oh, lap traffic on the horizon. Let's see how Jalek handles it.
Well, I tell you, even on his fast lap, Swole was not looking pressured or out of his element any whatsoever. So smooth at those speeds.
Yeah, that's not getting to him at all. And in fact, in the exchange at lap traffic, it worked out better for Swole than it did for Brown. So now Brown's going to have to put in another sprint lap just to get back to him. Jarrett Frey still third, Parker Mashburn fourth, Jesse Flock back to fifth, Shamoto up to sixth, Carter B seventh, Andrea Adamo, the Italian, is 8th. Cody Groves 9th. Hardy Munoz 10th. Mason Gonzalez 11th. Jack Rogers 12th. Grant Harlan, Dylan Schwartz, and Logan Boyd round out the top 15. Brown's got some serious work to do. All those fast times, but he's got to do it again if he's going to get back to Swoll's rear fender.
Hey, I had just said it. I feel like he had one more hard push, man, but that might have been it, but he might have one more push right before this 2-lap card to come out.
15 minutes now into this moto, actually 4 minutes and 50 seconds left as our leader will take the 2-lap board the next time around. Jalek Swoll and Pierce Brown out front, a 1:55 and a 1:56 lap time by those two riders. Looks like you said, Pierce may have laid back. Maybe he's going to try to put in another burner on this one. Time will tell.
I think he is. I think he's putting in another charge. Brown all the way down to a 1:56 after logging the 1:53. But this lap so far looks better. Made a mistake in one of those ruts, got stood up. That slowed him. Oh, I don't know if that was on purpose or not, the way he exited the rut in that corner. Just maybe looking for some smooth real estate. He's going for it again, Mike. He wants to make this moto win happen.
Well, we've got 2.5 laps to go. We're getting ready to come up on the 2-lap card at the end of this lap. And Pierce Brown, he's not holding back. He knows he needs this moto win to put himself in the overall position going into the 3rd and final moto. And Jalek Swoll knows this exact same thing, coming in with a second. A second and a first gives him 3 points, and Pierce Brown knows a 3-1 will give him 4 points. So I look for him to push hard for this last 2 laps coming up.
This could be the entire championship right here because Shamoto, the first moto winner, we've lost him from the radar altogether. Shamoto has gone down while running in 6th. So we might be able to scratch him from championship contention. It could come down to these two. I don't know. Brown's going to get him. He made a run at the beginning of this lap, but Swoll has pulled it back out. So Jalek Swoll riding and training with Tim Ferry down in Florida. He's the lone soldier for the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna team. He's their only top amateur rider. They already graduated Jordan Bailey up to the pros at Hangtown this year in Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. So the entire brand, they're watching Jalek, and they've got to be impressed. Pierce Brown put in the fastest lap of anyone here at Loretta's, and Swoll was able to resist that. Wait a minute. Oh! Pierce Brown has gone down. He ran into a lap rider here in the final turn. Brown got tangled up. And
lost big time.
Yeah, that's going to be Seth Brown, who he crashed into. That's going to be everything Swoll needs.
Yep, that's going to be the difference right there.
Well, you got to give Swoll credit, man. Pierce Brown was coming. He never made it easy on him.
No, he didn't. Unfortunately, that sucks that he had a little tip over right there and lost a lot of time. But Jalek Swoll, 2 laps to go, got an 11.5 second lead right now.
Swoll was in this exact position, actually, in the first moto. Had the moto win in hand with 2 to go and ended up crashing it away. So no leader is safe when you're racing on a track this rough. And also because they just watered it, I think, before that A moto. Probably some slick spots out there, too. That's what got him the first time.
I still give Pierce Brown credit for setting the fastest lap time of the day at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon right now.
That's of the week. That was Moto 1 and Moto 2. That fast lap that we saw, the hamburger turn, was yesterday.
That just shows you that the B riders are just as fast as the A class riders.
Yeah, that was some of the hype coming in. A lot of people saying that Brown might be the fastest rider here of all, even though he's not in the A class. He'll be there next year. Here is Swoll. Yep, not impressed by any of that. You can have all the fast lap time awards you want. I'll just take the moto win and the title.
There you go. So Swoll, Brown, and Frey, and I believe Brown was. How many spots did Brown lose, or was he able to maintain?
None. No spots lost.
That's pretty impressive.
That just shows how hard they were pushing and gap 3rd and 4th place. So here we go, white flag, last lap in this second 250B moto. Jason Wygant's going to head down to the podium.
Zika heads down to the Race Tech podium. Let's check in that 2nd place position. He was 11.5 seconds behind the last time around, and it looks like Jarrett Frey was 14.4 seconds behind him. So they had a near 30-second lead over 3rd place position whenever they were rolling on lap number 9.
Yeah, that just shows how hard they were pushing this second moto.
Great levels they're able to achieve. There is Jarrett Frey checking in now in the 3rd place position. He's about 30 seconds behind Swole and 11 seconds behind Pierce Brown. But at the end of this one, what matters, like we said, is how you finish. And Swole, Brown, and Frey are going to be looking at Moto medals, and it's going to stage them a whole lot better as far as this overall is concerned. I know that it looks like, I believe Frey took a 4th, so a position better for him as they head into that 3rd Moto.
Yeah, they basically all just moved up a whole spot now that Shamoto has been eliminated from the 2nd Moto. So it's going to come down to this last Moto, the 3rd Moto, with Joe Shamoto with a 2-1, or I'm sorry, Jalek Swole with a 2-1, Pierce Brown with a 3-2. So a 2-point gap going into the 3rd Moto for Jalek Swole.
Well, last check I saw Shamoto was as far back as 16th place. He's now 18th place after 9 laps of racing. I believe we'll see a checker flag for our leader, Jalek Swole, here on the Lucas Oil last lap, and he'll be heading down to the Race Tech podium here in just a couple of moments to celebrate with Jason Wygant. A totally different demeanor, I'm quite sure, as he crosses the checkers there for a Moto 2 win, and I'm sure he's going to have a much different attitude as he rolls into this podium presentation, and a much bigger smile on his face than what we saw there yesterday. And of course, with Pierce Brown finishing 2nd, Jarrett Frey in 3rd, just like Mike said there, everyone minus Joe Shamoto gets to move up 1 spot there in that top 5.
I was really impressed with that, Rodney. That showed me that Jalek Swole handled the pressure well.
You know, and I got to say, when I was talking about Jalek, didn't look like he was really pushing any envelopes. Even when he did push the envelopes, he was so smooth it looked effortless.
Exactly, and that shows me a rider who can control his emotions when the pressure is on and rise to the top and still hold his pace and win the race.
It was. He made great line choices, kept it so smooth, didn't wear himself out. There's a look at the Rocky Mountain Top 10 leaderboard as we head down to the Race Tech podium with our interview with Jason Wygant, Jalek Swole, Pierce Brown, and Jarrett Frey.
Well, it's interesting now that we're into the B classes, boys, just how stacked not just the talent is, but the group around them. They've got their trainers, the teams, a lot of focus on the B class these days. Maybe just as much as the A, and the lap times of that Moto proved why. These guys can go just as fast, and that was huge for Jalek Swole. Came in monstrosity of a panic rev to celebrate a Moto win where he was under fire the whole time and held strong. It's one little mistake, got back on the track, was perfect from there on out, and is looking good for a title going into Moto 3. We'll get these guys up there in just a moment. We got the camera on Swole right now. Got Malcolm Stewart there. We're going to call Malcolm Stewart. He's the gear wrangler for 7 right now, helping out Jalek. Doing everything he can for his clients. All right, they got the fresh jersey on him. Looking for Pierce Brown and Jarrett Frey as well. Get you up there, Frey. So Jarrett Frey putting the Suzuki on the box as well. A good run for him in an action-packed Moto. Now the big story, by the way, is Joe Shamoto, the first Moto winner. Bad start, moved up to 6th, and then I believe he went down again. So title is pretty much sunk as far as his hopes are concerned. That means it might just boil down to Brown versus Swole, but you never know what's going to happen here in Loretta Lynn. So we're going to start with our 3rd place finisher. A great ride on the Suzuki. Let's hear it for Jarrett Frey. All right, Jarrett, how'd that Moto go for you?
Yeah, I got off to a good start. Came out 2nd, and then Jesse got around me, and then got back around him, and then Pierce came on and passed me. I tried to stay with him, but my rear brake ended up starting to fade the last couple laps, so made it tough.
You're consistent, though. Who do you want to thank for it?
Barak, Chaparral, Suzuki, everybody at NTF, Fly, 100%. Gal for WD-40, RG3, Mickey Metals, and anyone else I forgot, thank you.
Let's hear it for Jarrett Frey, 3rd place. See if we can get our runner-up, Pierce Brown here. Pierce put in a scintillating ride, we believe the fastest lap time of anyone so far this week, but it only resulted in a 2nd place finish. He was trying to get Swole, they had a great battle going, and then he did end up tangling up with a lapper, so that made a big difference as well. But it means we'll settle the score in Moto number 3 when titles are going to be awarded. 2nd place, and like I said, unofficially the fastest lap time turned in by anyone so far here at Loretta Lynn's Ranch, Pierce Brown. Well, you went for it. Definitely you were pushing hard.
Yeah, I was going for it. I was doing everything I could, and I finally got him. I mean, I didn't get him. I got onto him, and I just couldn't find a pace to get around him. I was eating the roots for laps and laps and laps, and I finally let him get a little bit of distance so we could try to catch the line. And then I tangled up in a lapper, unfortunately, and then I got him in second.
Yeah, you had like 3 laps to go before that lapper incident. Were you planning one more charge? Were you going to go for it one more time?
Yeah. When I saw the 2 car, that was going to be my charge.
Let's see what you got in Moto 3. Who do you want to thank, Pierce?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad, everyone from the Trolley Designs GoPro Red Bull KTM team, from TK to Brent, my mechanic Anthony, practice mechanic J-Hop, Dave North from Scott, Alpine Stars, Don WP Suspension, FMF, that's about it.
There it is. Let's hear it for our runner-up, Pierce Brown. And this guy got the gold, also the Whole Shot Award, and most importantly, big points for the championship. Let's get him up here for the Moto 3 victory. Rockstar Energy Husqvarna rider. All the work that these kids do to prepare for this race, it's for moments like that, under pressure from Pierce Brown. One little mistake, he went off the track over the tunnel, got back on, and then weathered the storm. Lap after lap, he didn't put a wheel wrong after that. This was a big one. Gold medal performance for Jalek Swole. Well, Jalek, I know you were bummed the way the first moto got away from you, but what a way to avenge it. We'll move here to the center. What a way to avenge it, man. You were under fire the whole time, but you did not let him through.
Yeah, you know, after I got at the start, I knew I just needed to ride. There was nothing special going on, just trying to put down smooth laps, and I was thankfully able to stay up and just keep my rhythm going.
But still, it's not easy to do that. You knew he was back there, but you were just focused on your own deal. That's one of the hardest things to do.
Yeah, well, I just had a lot of practice with it, honestly. I've been racing my whole life, so pressure is pretty much all I know when it comes to motocross, and I've gotten pretty good at handling it and just staying to my own race and trying to hit every mark that I have.
All right, now what do you think about here between this and Moto number 3? Because if you go out and get another one, it's yours.
I'm not too worried about it right now. I'm just going to take it moto by moto. To be honest, I'm just trying to have fun out there. I'm not really worried about placing. I'm just trying to put my best ability on the track and just see what I come out with.
That's awesome. All right, Jalek, who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, got to keep me safe, mechanic Brandon, Rockstar Husqvarna, WP Suspension, George for getting my suspension dialed, Sean Murphy, Bobby Hewitt, Scuba, Malcolm Stewart, Roger Larson, 7 Max, Arrow, Alpine Star, FMF, just 100%. 7 Max, if I didn't say it. Just everybody who's out here supporting me, and my mechanic, or not my mechanic, my trainer Tim Ferry, and Ferry, just everybody who's out here showing support, and it feels good to be at the top spot of the podium, and yeah.
All right, congratulations. Let's hear it for Jalek Swole.